One of the hardest and also most frustrating life lessons that I have had to learn in my life time and time again is that oftentimes when you reach the edge of your capacity, meaning when you are feeling stuck in life, it just seems like no matter what you do or how hard you work, you cannot get to where you want to be and life feels tense. When you reach the edge of your capacity, it oftentimes means that you are at the end of your current identity. And this is important that you understand because in order to get a new life experience now, it's not just about more external effort. It is about deeper internal growth so that you can become somebody new that is fully capable and ready to step into what life is preparing for you. And so on today's video, I'm going to share with you the 3 simple steps that if you are willing to practice them, they are going to be the catalyst that drives the inner growth and essentially closing the gap between where you are and where you want to be. So let's jump right in. Okay, the first thing you have to do is recognize the signal. And what I mean by this is recognize what surfaces in the moments when life does not go according to plan. What are the thoughts? What are the fears? What are the insecurities? And what are the feelings? Recognize what surfaces when life doesn't go according to plan. This is important. This is the foundational step. This is the self-awareness that you have to deploy in order to change your story and to get a new life experiences. So recognizing it is important because when you recognize that what you're doing is you're creating psychological distance between you in the experience. Instead of being enmeshed with the experience, you have now created enough space where you're now the one observing the experience. And this is wildly important because oftentimes when we are enmeshed in that experience, there's no space between us and the experience. We feel the overwhelm, the tension, the insecurity, the self-doubt, and we cannot get out of it. We react. And we oftentimes react and make decisions that reinforce how we currently feel, not make decisions based on where we ultimately want to be. So whenever we create that psychological space, we're able to shift from reacting to the moment to intentionally responding to the moment. This essentially allows you to reclaim agency over the moment so that you can choose on how you want to respond and ultimately choose your response in a way that's going to get you to where you want to be, not reinforcing where you currently are. So the first thing is recognizing the signal. After you recognize it, you have to reframe it in the moment. This is so important. This is the growth mindset that everybody is talking about. Oftentimes when you're in the thick of it, when you're feeling the fear, the self-doubt, the insecurities, whatever it might be, it is so easy to see all of that as a reflection of our inadequacy. It is so easy to tell ourselves the story that, yeah, well, if we were more capable or if we were stronger, then we wouldn't be having this experience. Get that out of here. Those are old survival stories that are designed to keep you small and designed to keep you protected. They are the way that you have learned how to protect yourself from the inner growth, which is going to require vulnerability for you to evolve. So here's what you have to understand. When you have reached the end of your current identity, when you are at the edge of your capacity and all hell is breaking through in your life, the reframe is not, it's not a reflection of your inadequacy. It's a signal that you are on the cusp of changing your life. So act accordingly. Get excited. When you see it, when you see and recognize the expander, get excited because your life is about to grow. I promise you. Last but not least, you have to respond to the moment. And this is so important, okay? Responding to the moment is what are the steps that you can take to show your body, to show your nervous system that it is safe in the discomfort, that it is safe in the fear or in the stress or in the overwhelm. What are the self-regulation practices that you can deploy in the moment that's going to allow your nervous system to calm itself, to root itself. This is so important because essentially, okay, when you have reached the edge of your capacity, you're at the end of your current identity. You have maxed out what your nervous system can hold in its life. And in order to get a new life experience, we have to create the capacity inside of your nervous system so that it is fully capable of stepping into that new life experience. Because what you have to realize is that new life experience is going to come with maybe more visibility, higher demands on your life. There's going to be a requirement for greater authenticity. You are going to be asked to lean into the edges of more vulnerability. And your nervous system sees all of that as a threat until you can teach it otherwise. And every moment and every time that you recognize, reframe, and respond, you are teaching your nervous system that it is safe. So think of it almost like you're in the gym building a muscle. You're going from contraction to expansion, contraction to expansion. And as a result, you're increasing your muscle's volume, its ability to move through more blood flow so that you can expand your muscle. The same thing is happening with our nervous systems. Every time we are allowing ourselves to feel into the discomfort and we are regulating in the moment, we are moving from stress to stretch, stress to stretch, stress to stretch. And over time, what you do is you build your nervous system's capacity to hold more without shutting down, without burning out, without losing yourself in the process. So when you recognize the signal, you reframe it as your opportunity for growth and you get excited and you respond by self-regulating in the moment, you are actively changing your life. But here's the last thing I want to say, and arguably the most important thing. If inner growth is the vehicle that takes you from where you are to where you want to be, then hear me when I say this. Self-compassion is the fuel. You will mess this up. You will not get it right. You will fail time and time again. And that is exactly when you feel like you are failing on your inner growth journey. That is exactly the time that you practice, recognize, reframe, and respond. You cannot hate yourself into a life that you love. You cannot criticize yourself into a life that you love. So be gentle with yourself. It is literally your superpower. I say it all of the time, but while nobody can do this journey for you, you do not have to do it alone, and I am so glad that you are here.